Channel 9, this is Good Morning Chattanooga.
Being in Stewart changed my life. It's something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It's life-changing, and yeah, I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
A 19-year-old college student from Dalton, now home from an ICE detention center this morning after she was arrested in a traffic stop.
Jimena Arias Cristobal arrived home around 1 this morning, surrounded by family and, of course, the national media. Her family tells us she was released from the Stewart Detention Center before 9:30 last night, but that's several hours after what was initially expected.
And, of course, we here at News Channel 9 have been following the story since she was detained more than 2 weeks ago. A judge granting her bond Wednesday after her hearing was delayed by a day. Our Mary Beth Mangrum was with the family when she arrived home early this morning.
Here at her Dalton home, Jimena Arias Cristobal reunited with her family after 2 weeks of being in an ICE detention center. That's after a wrongful traffic stop led to her arrest. After days and distance kept them apart, her parents and sisters welcomed the college student around 1:15 a.m. Arias Cristobal was arrested due to a Georgia state law around driving without a valid license. Arias Cristobal's parents tell us they do not have the proper documentation to get a license in the state, but as that wrongful arrest is looked into.
With the cop being under investigation, it opens more doors for me, so we will have to see what happens there.
But she says that experience inside of Stewart and the 48 hours before she entered that detention center have changed her life entirely.
It was scary. I was terrified, and then as I was being transported down to Stewart, I stopped at some offices in Atlanta, and they had me in a room by myself for 9 hours. I didn't know what was going on. I was never explained.
Arias Cristobal's attorneys tell us that as of now, there are currently no hearings set for her in the future, and they don't believe that will happen until mid-2026. In the meantime, Arias Cristobal says she and her family will be working towards citizenship. In Dalton, I'm Mary Beth Mangrum, News Channel 9.
Now, her father, Jose Arias Tovar, was released on bond last week after also being in that same ICE detention center for a month.
The Dalton Police Department admitted officers mistakenly arrested Jimena Arias Cristobal after a different driver made an illegal turn.
Now, after she was granted bond on Wednesday, we spoke with her family about what comes next now that their daughter has returned home. Her father told us he wants to work hard and continue to work towards legal status in the U.S.
Que ahora sigue es terminar los trámites para poder estar con nuestro estatus bien aquí en el país y seguir trabajando duro como siempre, ella estudiando su universidad y yo pues seguir trabajando duro para salir adelante.
We've dug into this situation and its legal implications since we started covering this story. And while Dalton police admit their officer pulled over the wrong vehicle in that traffic stop, the police report says the 19-year-old was still driving without a legal license. Her family told us she has an international license.
However, attorneys say that does not meet the legal requirement under Georgia state law. The family says they arrived in the States when Jimena was just 4 years old, and her two younger sisters were born here, making them U.S. citizens.
Jimena's attorney telling us there was no clear path to citizenship for her because her parents were here illegally. Of course, depend on us for updates as we will continue following this story. You can get the latest on our social media pages for those updates.